Right. Right. Thanks for telling me. I just I was I was speaking a lot. I was saying a lot of real shit, and now just fucking all of that was just gone because I forgot because I didn't realize that for some reason OBS changed my setting of what mic it was picking up, and it was picking one of those fake mics that Windows just for some reason has a lot of the time that are just fake and don't do anything. So yeah, thanks for telling me. Okay, so what I was saying is that I lost a bunch of assets at school because I forgot to change them, but it's fine because they have a backup. So I just have to go take them, but that means that I'm gonna have to work without them for now, which is why everything looks like blue crosses right here. And I'm now just figuring out the end of level sequence that I'm not going to be able to get down right pad because I don't have the assets for the end of the level, but for now, we're just gonna have to make do without that. So, what we just did before this, while I was muted, was disable all the system for input as soon as you touch the flagpole, and make this little victory panel appear, which again, these are not end graphics, these are not final graphics, these are just placeholders for now. So yeah, those graphics show up, and then you can't input moves anymore, and then something should happen that loads the next level. Now, I'm pretty sure that I already have load level functionality built into the level generating system. So if I can just trigger that from the sequence, and we're going to check that that functionality actually works and does what it's supposed to, then we should be good. So let's see, trigger next level. Yeah, okay. So it generates all the assets for the next level, but it doesn't do that nice effect where they open from the left, does it? Yeah, it does not. So why might that be? What trigger next level does is instantiate the next level. And then when that next level is instantiated, it is going to take the previous level's place as the current level generator instance, so that all the other scripts that hook up to this don't need to have their instance updated, the reference updated. Then it is going to calculate the size, position the rows, and then the rows being positioned. Okay, so how come? Why is it not doing the effect? Right, the row index is the one that positions all the individual rows, and it is instantiating objects on its 0, 0 coordinates, right? So each row should be doing that. Okay, let's double check that. Let's double check that that is actually the case and that it is not just a load time that's a bit too long. That's just making it look like it's not doing it. So trigger next level, next frame. Okay, so it is doing it. It just doesn't look like it is. Okay, that's good enough for me, really. So, just to double check. Yeah, no, I guess it must be just too quick that it does that. Or something, right? Because it definitely does it when I... Okay, what if I take the... What's it called? The world positioner, and I just make that lerp strength really slow. Just make it like 0. Right? Just to be really sure that it is actually doing what I want it to do. And to make it so that the blocks move really slow towards their final position. Yep, really slow. And then when I take the field and I tell it, hey, load the next level. Okay, so it does do the thing, right? Okay, so that's not an issue then. That's going to be more apparent that that is actually going on levels that actually have proportions of a real level. Okay, so the next level is loaded. Now what I need to do is have that function be triggered from the end of level sequence. So in order to do that, I need that function to be public, which it is, and then the... Oh no! Oh no, I have an issue. I'm realizing I just now have an issue. Yeah, because I can't hook it up to here directly because this timeline is looking for specific game objects within the scene, and since I'm loading and reloading different level generators, that means that they're not going to be always the same specific object, which means that when one of them gets unloaded, guy is going to no longer know what it is. But that is a problem I can solve. So first I'm going to need a script whose only purpose is to locate that thing, which I'm going to have it here. Yeah, I'm going to have it here. So this is going to have a public function that is going to be dedicated not to loading the next level, because that's what the level generator already does, but to telling the level generator that it is time to load the next level. So public void trigger load. And then what this is going to do is go to whatever level generator instance is currently active and tell it, hey, you need to load the next level. And that's it. And now I can just hand that to the timeline asset, and the timeline asset is not going to need to know where the level generator is, so it doesn't matter that there are always different game objects. So then, yeah. Okay, so now need another signal track. I'm gonna need to say that the signal receiver is here. And now the signal receiver is going to add a signal emitter that is going to tell it, hey, stop? Is stop the right name for that? No, I'm going to create another signal. It's going to be called beat. This is just for the purpose of the name. It doesn't actually make a difference, but I need the name to be significant. So it's going to be trigger. And trigger is going to be in general used to get things to happen when they have a single function. So then this sequence is going to run that script trigger load, and then that's going to make it so that it loads the next level. But that shouldn't happen at the beginning of the game over sequence, it should happen at the end, so we're going to place it here. So you know, it's going to be you touch the flagpole, the level ends, shows the victory screen for a little bit, and then it loads the next level. Yeah, and then it has to unload the victory panel, so we can just do that by putting, say, putting this like one frame ahead or something. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, good. Okay. So, coming back to it. I just lost connection for a bit. So, what we just achieved is to get the game to load the next level after showing the victory screen for a little bit of time. We have to still think about what we're going to put in that victory screen, but functionally it works. So, next, I'm going to do another thing, and I'm realizing something now. I'm gonna need to make a font. I'm going to need to make a font and then load it. I am going to... Oh no. Oh no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Oh, that's really not good. Yeah. Shit. The issue is that I need to create a font so that I can load it through the Text Mesh Pro and then show different things. How can you? Is there an easy way to load a font in Unity? I'll say that this canvas. Say that I put inside of the schedule panel. I create a Text Mesh Pro object. Where is this UI? No, that doesn't work. Okay, Text Mesh Pro object. Yeah, import it. I'm gonna need text regardless at some point. Okay, now can I just load any font in here? See, the issue is I don't know how to make a font file from from my own stock. Oh, can you do a font atlas? Can you? No, that's from the shader. Okay. Shit, this is not good. Boat title H2 C3. What type of files are these? That's really the issue. Is assets, text mesh pro, resources, onto materials. Okay, so let's go there. Assets, text mesh pro, resources, onto materials, and these are, show them in the Explorer. These are SDF point asset. Sorry, what do you mean point asset? What does that mean? What does that do? How do I make one of those? How do I scale 1, line height, all of these settings, source font file, TTF. Okay, that's a familiar format then. Okay, text mesh. I'm gonna make it fonts here. Yeah, this is a TTF file. Okay, how can I build a TTF file from a bunch of pictures? Also, how quick is it to just change fonts on the fly? Because if it is quick, then I can just do the same animation squiggly thing for the letters, right? Like I should be able to do that. Okay, it's gonna require some thought actually. Because the issue is that I know what I want to do, but like for the style that I'm going to need a very specific font. And while that is not an issue to make, keeping the scale proper is going to be an issue. Are you rendering this? Yeah, I don't see a difference. Yeah, okay. We'll need to create the true type font in that case. Is there a different thing that deals with fonts? Like a legacy system that is easier to work with? Legacy text. And this works with a font. But it also needs the true type font file, right? Doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Library Unity for resources. Okay, go there. Library. Unity default. What did you say? Library / Unity default resources. Okay, library, which is in. Okay. Library. Oh. Now there's a folder named library. No, there isn't. Okay, Unity default. Yep, that doesn't help me. Okay, so just forget about the legacy system. We're gonna need to create a true type font, and we're gonna need to investigate how to do that. What a pain. that monitor, please. How do I create a true type font from a bunch of images? Online font creation for free. Huh? Convert a JPEG to TrueType fonts. Fonts can be created for a variety of image file types, including JPEG format. You will need an image editing software. Okay. Open your preferred image editor, download and install game for free. Okay, whatever. Clean up the photo, removing unwanted areas of the image. Convert the image to grayscale, apply filters, or change the appearance of the image if desired. Save it. Open it in a vector graphics editor, Adobe Streamline or Inkscape, or a free alternative. Choose Trace Bitmap or similar to convert the image to a vector graphic. Oh no, that's such a pain in the ass. Okay. Alternatively, oh, this is such a pain to do. Alternatively, we can create our own system that places letters according to what we want. But I'm thinking of what would need to happen in order to make that happen, right? Because the issue is that I would need an object that has I would need an object that holds a I would need an object that holds a string, and then that string would need to be I'll need an object that holds a string, and then a script that takes that string and creates different image assets for each letter, and knows to separate them by a certain amount. And then each of these letters would need their own... No, that's too much of a pain in the ass. That can't be done like that. Could I import Comic Sans as a TrueType font? The issue is that I have a very specific look that I'm going for with this. And so the font needs to match it, right? Do I have a font available that looks like what I want? Okay, so the first thing that I would need to do is, can I not anti-alias this font? Can I make it so that you show me just the pixels without this little blurry thing? Because that's part of the look. That's part of what is going to be needed. So color gradient, no, don't bother. What is this? Just like... Oh, I see what this is. Yep. Yep, okay, I know what it is. Don't bother. That's not gonna help me. Spacing options per character, between characters, right? That makes sense. Between words, also makes sense. Between lines, which is not going to do anything. Alignment. Wrapping, overflow, horizontal mapping and vertical mapping. Margins, geometry sorting, rich text, rake as target, maskable, parse, escape characters via visible to sender. Sprite has it. Sprite has it? What does this do? Style sheet. Okay, kerning, extra padding. Don't care. Okay, so none of those settings are going to help me. Canvas render. Could I? Okay. So then, if that is not going to help me, maybe the asset will. Maybe this. Scale, line height, ascent line, cap line, mean line, baseline, descent line, underline, offset, underline thickness, drag through offense. Offense? Or offset, superscript, subscript, tab width. source file, atlas population. Normal weight, spacing offset, italic, style, bold weight, bold spacing, top multiple, a fallback asset, a character table. Edit glyph? Oh, okay, so yeah, those are for positioning. It doesn't really make a difference. Glyph table. Yeah, also just for positioning. Glyph adjustment table. Yeah, that's for kerning and other stuff. Okay, so you're not helping me. What about you? Drop shadow. Some material. Font atlas. Yeah. The issue is that what I want, I'm looking for a very specific setting, right? That's the issue. What I want is to be able to render these fonts without anti-aliasing. Because then the font that I want is exactly just Comic Sans, right? Underlay, outline, color thickness, gradient scale. What about the fallback? Nope. What about the outline? Also doesn't make a difference. Okay. Let's see. Maybe Google has what I want. Text Mesh Pro non-anti-alias font. Text Mesh Pro. Artifacting in Text Mesh Pro even after fixing. Okay. Font asset properties. Okay. Anti-alias. Atlas render mode. Smooth. Raster. Oh, that's what I want. Okay. It's in Atlas render mode. So apparently that would be right here. So Atlas render mode, material preset font style. Where was it? I know I saw it before. Is it here? Atlas population mode. Okay. Static, dynamic, Atlas render mode, raster. Changing these settings will clear the font assets, character, glyph, and texture data. Okay, yes, this is exactly what I want. Okay, so then that means that I can just import Comic Sans as a font, right? And is Comic Sans free to use? Just like, do I need to pay an attribution? Free to use? Comic Sans is a sans serif typeface designed by Bates and Conner and released in 1994 by Microsoft. Non-connecting script inspired by comic book lettering, blah 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 blah. Has been supplied with Microsoft Windows since the introduction of 1995, initially as a supplemental font, later in Microsoft Comic Chat, described in Microsoft this is a mockery or whatever. Yeah, this is not answering the question. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what, nobody's going to come after me for it anyway, so I'll just fucking use it. Okay, well, I need the TTF, which I'm sure comes with Windows. So I just need to find it. Where does Windows store all its fonts? I'm pretty sure that it's System 32. You can't see it. I'm going over my folders. So that will be in C, Windows, Probably System 32? System 32, yes. Okay, 040409. That's installers, app locker, operator. Fonts, probably fonts, probably F, right? M now PQ, A B C D F G F F F F. No font. Okay, back to Google. Where does Windows font folder? Where are fonts stored? C Windows font. Oh, it's just called fonts. So it's not System 32. Okay. I B C D E F fonts. There it is. Okay, so now we're looking for Comic Sans or a Comic Sans like font. Should be near the beginning. Yeah, they're alphabetical. So B C C O console. That's Comic Sans. Okay, so I want to copy this and paste it just somewhere in my desktop, right? What a pain. Yep, so now I have Comic Z, TTF, Comic I. Those are probably bold and italic. Yeah, okay, so I want the normal one. This is the one that I want, and I'm going to put it in my resources folder, because why not at this point? We grab Comic TTF and we put it here. Yep. And then we should be able to grab the Text Mesh Pro and say, hey, the font asset is this. No? Okay, right click on the font, create font asset. Text, font asset, yes. Comic SDF, there you go. Okay, that's exactly what I want. So now, on this, I tell you, I want to render you raster. Not raster hinted, just full raster. Apply. Then go to the text and I tell it, hey, you have to use this font and it still doesn't work. Atlas population mode, set to dynamic. Okay. Oh. Update Atlas texture. Yeah, just fucking go with it. I don't... Font asset creator. Font face, Comic Sans, MS regular, yes. Sampling size, auto sizing, padding 9, packing method. Fucking hell, no, man. What even are all these settings? Oh god, I may be in over my head. Type the characters to be included in the font asset or retrieve them from another font asset. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can type every letter. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Then I want also all of these in uppercase. Then I want all the numbers as space, all the numbers. Exclamation mark, question mark, the enya because I'm writing in Spanish. And that should probably be it. Like, so yeah, raster mode, generate the font atlas. Yep, exactly like that. Characters missing from font file. Missing characters group title. Save. Does it work now? God, the dog is being really loud. No. What do you mean this is not a font asset? Is it not a Text Mesh Pro font asset? Is that what it is? God fucking damn you, Unity. Yep. For fuck's sake. Okay. Forget about this. This doesn't matter. Text Mesh Pro font asset. Because for some reason they're different. update the atlas texture and then do the same damn thing again. I should have copied it. D, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, Q, V, W, X, Y. What the fuck, man? Oh, character sequencing hacks. Oh, how the fuck? No, just make it ASCII. Yeah, just make him ASCII. ASCII works. Just have a character from Unicode range. Just do numbers plus symbols. No, what? No, I need letters as well. Just do ASCII. Just do all of ASCII. Yes, but why are you so rasterized again? Oh, because it's still set to that. Okay, so we're going to do Atlas render mode, raster, apply, then generate again. Yeah, raster here as well. Generate. There you go, that's what I want. Okay. Make it smaller because I want to find that other look. So padding, sampling point size, auto sizing, custom size. Gonna make it like 20, just something really small. Okay, that's maybe too small. How about 100? I think that's too big. How about 50? Well, the problem is that I can't zoom in to check. So yeah, let's just do that. And then I should be able to, let's put this here so that I can access it later if I need to. Then I should be able to pass the Text Mesh Pro this asset. Now I have this. It's good enough, right? It's fucking good enough. And now I get to just type whatever I want. Maybe what I would do is, how do I get you to not anti-alias on top? Because that's already rasterized, but then you're applying a little bit of anti-aliasing there that I don't like. Right, so you're doing raster, sampling point size 50, multi-atlas text. Actually, I don't even need the atlas to be that big in that case. Let's make it 256. Apply. That's smaller. Let's make it 512. Apply. Yeah, that's good. Multi-atlas textures. Clear dynamic data. Yeah, revert. Just revert it. Static? No, make dynamic. Update atlas texture. Generate font atlas. Yep, save. And go back to game. Okay, so yeah, it's not perfect for what I want. I would like these just sort of pixelies to not be there. But it's good enough. Now the issue is that I'm not going to get the jitter that I would have liked, right? That I would have liked, the same jitter that I'm getting from the other things. But maybe it's better that I don't. Maybe it's better. So, now I have these text things that I can just give just any file to, and they will adjust how I want them to be. So, first we're going to need a separator between the area that houses all of the arrows and the area that houses all of the text. So this separator is going to go here. We're going to have letters over here that are going to be just pretty small, all things considered. Let's create the separator in... Let's actually not even create it. Let's just use one of these lines, right? So I can just create UI, create an image. And this image is going to hold this line, let's say. Set to native size. Make it the same proportion as that line so that we have some visual consistency. Also, while I'm at it, take this divider and move it a little bit to the left. This has been bothering me for a bit. Now this is 3.8, so we're going to give it that size, 3.8 in both coordinates, and now we have this line. Then rotate it 90 degrees and place it here. And so now we have a little divider. Let's make sure that it doesn't pop out of the thing right here. So now we have a little divider, and we're gonna put some text on top of that. Let's see, how does that work then? Like if I fill the left side with commands, is there like a very big space or not? It's actually kind of a large space, so that means that I can give myself some more room. Put this here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, okay. Another thing that we need to do is this next level sequence is obviously going to need to re-enable those controls. The schedule panel doesn't actually need to be given another signal because it hasn't been disabled, it just had all of its pending arrows destroyed. But the input panel is going to need to be given it. So you are going to be given a signal emitter, and this is going to send the signal that we've called... let's call it enable. Let's call it enable. We're going to have a timeline signal that is going to be called the enable signal. Or actually, let's set it to activate. Activate. And let's just give it an uppercase so that it's... So this activate signal is going to do pretty much the same as the other one, but instead of passing a false, it's going to pass a true. So it's the mouse input receiver. And I'm going to be telling you to input state true. And then that should make it so that this thing activates. Okay, and now I can move again. Okay, so we have that. Then we are going to start working on these things. So I want some text on the top that basically says the name of the level. Right? So we're going to do that. So first of all, every level is going to have its own little name. We're going to give it a default name as well so that we are not caught unaware when it doesn't have one. So here we're going to have a variable that is called... Really? I don't have variables on this? How did I make all this work without having variables? Yeah, it's all just references to other things. Okay, well, whatever. Header variables. We're gonna give it a variable that is just public string, and it's called the level name. So level name. Right, and so for now this is not going to do anything. We're going to call this level the test level. 0, 0, 0, test level. Test level. And then we are going to have here this schedule panel is going to have a a text mesh pro, right? So UI here, create a new text mesh pro. Level name is going to be called level name, and it's going to have that comic SDF font that I gave it. We're going to place it over here. It's going to be from the top, position X0, and we're going to give it a size that's a little bit unable to add the requested character to font asset. Please make sure. But why? It was working before. It's definitely not the comic sense. No, don't save as, just save it. Yeah, this is still not Comic Sans. What do you mean? It is readable. Why wouldn't it be? It was before. You have to be fucking kidding me. Good ASCII, generative font atlas. Yeah, just save it. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm just gonna roll with it at this point. So the font size should be 200. 200 is way too big. Okay, let's make it 100. No, the issue is that I need way bigger pixels if I'm going to be using it for this sort of thing. Well, you know, okay. Rather than 50, let's make it 10. Generate the atlas, please. Thank you. Save. Actually, if that's the case, just make the atlas way smaller. Just make it 128 pixels. Generate it. Okay. The padding should be like 0. No, that's way too little. Let's make it 1. Yeah, okay, so this is way too little. Now we have to play. 15. 19. Yeah, let's make it 256 by 64. Yeah, that works for me. I think that works. So see, because the idea is that negative recompense the line height down to this value before. No, the issue is that it doesn't give me pixels, it just gives me this. How do I get you to stop doing that? I want the pixels, I want the raster. Raster hinted? Does that fix it? No. Give me SDF, maybe? No, not at all. Color? Fuck that. No, give it raster. Okay, so now how do I get you to render without that? So, in that case, font style, no, that's not gonna fix it. Nice bold. Underline, strike through. Wrapping, overflow, horizontal mapping, okay. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, I want you at 0. No, not quite. Yeah, because if I make it 0, it works like that, but then it's still not like the kind of thing that I would want. Softness definitely has to be at 0. Underlay, lighting, glow, debug settings, sharpness, perspective, sharpness. Okay, so that doesn't make a difference. That also doesn't make a difference. Nope. Like this either. Yep. Correct. Also doesn't make a difference. Full mode, front and back. No, that doesn't. It's hard. Hard. Soft. No, none of that is going to make a difference. Glow. Lighting. Underlay. Nope. Nope. Nothing. Extras. Geometry sorting. Reverse. Nope. That's not gonna make a difference. Is scale static. Rich text. Raycast target. Mask couple. Parable escape character. Visible descender. None of these settings do what I want. Oh boy, I have no idea how fonts work. Right, because see, the issue is that the font asset is exactly what I want, right? Like, it just is this, right? Like, you can see the pixels, which is what I want. I want to see the pixels. But the problem is that when that gets put into the Text Mesh Pro, it gives me this diagonal because it's trying to smooth it out, right? Like, I get it. But I don't want it to do that. Oh boy. Way too difficult for something that should be extremely simple. Yeah, no, that's just a pixel I'm from the... What if I just take you off? Yeah. As they show. Okay, let's go back to Google. Maybe they can help me. Windows Text Mesh Pro Font Asset Creator, yes, that's what I already did. But before that, you need to copy the TTF file to your project's asset file. That's what I did. Resources, fonts, yep, drag your font file. Yeah, open Windows Text Mesh Pro Font Asset Creator, in-source font file, choose the TTF file, in-source font file. Okay, yeah, Font Asset Creator, in-source font file, the one that you just created. Click generate font atlas. Generate font atlas. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Right, because you're using Liberation Sans and that's not the one. Do this. Custom size. Make it something like 20. Generate font atlas. Yeah, right. I want ASCII, please, and thank you. That's good. That's good. Click save. Yep. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Save it as that. Save it as that. There is syntax mesh pro objects. Right, but it's not really fixing the issues that I have with it, is it? Yeah, because it's the oh, this is frustrating. Okay. I want to read and change the font text. I had two fonts that connected directly Google over set in two forms, one variable font file and a folder of static font files. Guess which one Unity accepts? The static font. I need to add each font I want to separate. I want to search and replace as the sizes of the fonts weren't the same. It changed also need to resize and move their characters. But that was actually kind of fun. In the game, change its look and becoming even cooler. How can yeah. This is not working, but this is not the one. Some definitions. Character, glyph, font typeface. Assigned Unicode equivalents. Outline font file format. Oh, these are interesting bits of outline font files and font authorization for font hints are always the hint to the rest is how to better render for particular screen resolutions. Need to get colors lined up well. Fuck me, man. Fonts are just impossible to deal with. Pixel perfect. No, oh no, that's the canvas. Where is it? It's this. Oh my god, less material. Good question. Could I not take this and just scale you way the fuck up? Would this not just do it better? Will that show the... No, it still shows it. So it still scales the font. Oh, fuck's sake. How do I get you to do what I want? I want a rasterized font. Like, it's generating it the way I want, right? Like, you can see that. Filter mode. There it is. Point. Oh, thank God. Oh, okay. That shouldn't have been that difficult. Okay, so now I have what I want, and presumably... let's say 20, just for the size. Take you here, take you. Yeah, and presumably I can just have you there. So let's just have this be centered and probably bigger, but yeah, so just centered, and you're going to be set in position 0 on the X, and on the Y I'm going to just place you manually. yeah, something like here. We're gonna make you a bigger. Yeah, and actually, let's just put that back where it was. We're just gonna put the pivot and the Y on this on the 1. We're gonna put it like right here. Actually, let's just put it at 0 and say that it's going to line up at the bottom of the box. So it's going to be like this. Level name. Okay, so that kind of fits with the style that I'm going for, right? Oh, stretch. Okay. So. Yep, okay. That looks pixely as I want it, and the issue is that it's difficult to see if it's going to... No, you can notice, you can see the pixels. So long as you can see the pixels, right? It doesn't matter if you can't, if they're not exactly the same size. I mean, ideally I would want that, but I'm not going to bother at this point. Like, all this other shit is consistent pixel size. So, you know, if the text is a pain in the ass to do anyway. So, just, I mean, you just saw, right? I struggled over it for, what was, Jesus Christ, it was like an hour. Man, fuck fonts. Okay, so I'm not going to fuck with it anymore. I'm fine with that being as it is. So now I need to pass this the actual name of the level, which is always stored in level generator. Now it would be really easy to give this a script that is every frame checking what the level generator name is, but actually that's not really the best idea, because it's going to be performing an operation every frame that really only needs to be performed when a new level is loaded. So we're going to have it so that it changes the name of the thing when a new level is loaded. So then what we need to do is, when is a new level loaded? It's when level generator field, when this script awakes. So when this script awakes, it is going to tell the schedule panel that that has happened. So the schedule panel is going to be in charge of that. It is going to have a function because it is in that panel, right? So the schedule panel is going to have, let's just make this a little bit nicer. It's going to have a public function that is going to be called update name. So public void update level name, update level name, and it's going to receive a string, and this string is going to be the new name. And so what it's going to do is go into the Text Mesh Pro. So I'm going to need to use the Text Mesh Pro. Fuck, how do you use Text Mesh Pro again? God damn it, I always forget. Text Mesh Pro referencing. Text Mesh Pro documentation here. Okay, that's what I'm just using TM Pro, and then probably, yeah, TMP text. So it's, yeah, so I'm gonna need a new reference that I don't have any reference, so I'm gonna need to do it like this: header references, and we're going to do a public object that is a TMP text that is the level name. And so, and this couldn't be simpler. We just, whenever this function is called, we're going to take this level name, and we're going to tell its text to change to be the new name. Right? So that should help us. So then, actually, I forgot about that. So then we have to also, on top of that, we have to tell the level generator that whenever it awakes, whenever there's a new level generator, it's going to have to talk to the scheduler and tell it, hey, you need to do this. And I'm realizing that there's an issue now. Because there's nothing that assures me that on the first execution, the awake function is going to be possible, is it? Because the awake, yeah, because the scheduler, because there's nothing that assures me that this awake is going to be happening before that awake. So it is possible that if I put this on awake or on start, because they are also not assured, that it's going to be able to find the correct thing, is it? Ah, shit, how do you do this then? I guess I could have a boolean and just have that boolean be yeah, just tell it if it has updated the thing and then just put that in the update. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so we're gonna have a boolean that it's not public, just a bool, and this bool, let's take this and put it here just to be more organized, and this bool is going to be name updated. It's going to start as false, and then we're going to go to update, void update, and we're going to say if not name updated, then if there is an update function happening, then everything should have awoken by then, right? So I don't need, no, actually, let's check anyways. It pays off to be sure. So then, script scheduler point instance is different from null. If this is different from null, that is that there exists a scheduler to update the name onto, then we are going to actually update the name. So we tell that scheduler, hey, update the level name. Scheduler point instance point update the level name, and we're going to give it the level name, our current level name, as a variable. And then that scheduler should be able to do it on its own, right? So I'm not sure if that'll work, but let's check. Okay. So what we should be seeing is this level name, when I load, should change to a new one. And it hasn't, and there's an error here. Okay. Object reference not set to an instance of an object, then you're talking about script. Yeah, right. Okay, I know what's going on. It's because I haven't told you who the TextMesh Pro object is, which is this one. Let's also take this other prefab of the second level, or rather the second test level, and call it 01 test level. And I'm gonna make this really long so that I can adjust some other thing later. The second. You can kind of see what feature I want to add to this system next, right? Test 00 test level. Then the victory screen, right, which right now is not empty. The second, right, it's showing the whole thing, but only the second shows up because the rest is outside. So, actually, since this TextMesh Pro thing already kind of has features to deal with just having long names, right? Level name, is the important name for you and me, right? Just a ridiculously long name. So what I could do is just have you show this, and then baseline, midline, upline. Just have you shown from the top. Yeah, you do need to be middle aligned. Wrapping disabled. Yeah, just enable the wrapping. We need the wrapping. Ellipsis. Masking. Right, yes, I get it. Truncate. Scroll rect. What does that mean, actually? Let's level the second. Yeah, I have no idea what scroll rect means. What about page? Ah, I see. What link? Oh, link to another game object. Right, so I can have the same text show up through several windows. Okay. Line offset. Nope. Paragraph. No, that doesn't make a difference. Vertical mapping line. Yep. No, I don't really care about that. Okay. Color gradient. Override tags. Auto size. Auto size. Oh, so there is an auto size option. So then, if I make this text really short. Sorry, what? Full name? Why is it not writing the text? Is the level constantly editing it back? It is, and I know why it is, because I forgot to set that bool to false. So yeah, you gotta do that, and then name updated, also make it false. So actually I do need the brackets here. Name, or rather set it to true. Name updated equals true. And that way I'm not sending useless instruction literally every frame, which is usually a bad thing. We're doing things every frame when you don't actually need to. Oh, hold on. Does my eyes get out of the frame when I'm shit, I can't test it because I can't look right and look at the screen at the same time. Okay. Is it out of the... Yeah, it does pop out of the frame a little bit. Okay, let me just move back a little bit. Okay, the issue is that the camera doesn't catch it anyway, so it just closes it. So like when I look to the other monitor, it just looks like I'm missing an eye. Then that's fine. Not important. Oh, I didn't mean to put this here. Well, whatever. Okay. Full name is the important name for you and me. So let's test settings here so that I can apply them later, and I can just test them while they're moving and not lose the ones that I may not want to change later. So the schedule, the sequences, the schedule panel is what I'm looking for. So this one, double name. So I want to have a really long, Jesus, I can't type. Really long level name so as to test a thing. And so what this should do is, if I have auto size, so yeah, the minimum, the maximum, the minimum should be 25, right? No, the minimum should be way less. It should be 18. And then the maximum, if I make this shorter thing, Just word, 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 word. Right, so it's only going to try to go for that as I make it go bigger. So if I give it less words, then give it more space here. Right, so it has a range. And I think that range being like, let's say 11, just for really small if I decide to have a level with like a ton of text. Right, like that. 11 I think works. No, actually 11 is way too small. How about 15? Yeah, I think 15 works, because I'm never gonna have that much text anyways. And then the maximum, if I have level, like a really short level, it should be a bit smaller than that. So let's say 60. Let's say instead 40. How does that look? What does that look? Yeah, I think that looks fine, right? So now, okay, so 15 and 40, those are the numbers that I want. So auto size on, 15, 40. And then I want to test some other things. So I want to give it a bit space from the top. I don't want it to be like too close, because when it is, it just kind of looks ugly. So let's just move you slightly down so that I can move this and this, right? It needs to be not just straight up stuck to the top. Like just a little bit of padding just makes everything look very nice. And then I'm gonna put this like here. So basically half of this panel, or about half of this panel, is going to be dedicated to the level name. You know, levels with shorter names are going to just look nicer. Then what is this? This is compress characters width up to this value before reducing font size. Line, negative value only compresses line height down to this value before reducing font. Whatever. I don't know what those settings do, and so I'm not going to touch them. So yeah, this looked somewhat alright, I think. Yeah, I think this looks fine. Okay, so next we need another panel that is going to tell you how many moves you've done, how many moves you've executed. But before that, I'm going to take a break because I'm realizing that I've been streaming for a while and I don't actually have any water. And I'm getting pretty thirsty, so I'm going to go look for that. Go to the bathroom, you know, whatever. So, 1 second. Yes. Okay. Going to be right back. Okay, we're back, I think. Yeah, we're back. Oh, okay, so we have the system for getting the names of the levels, right? We do, right? I kind of forgot in the time that I was out. Man, you just step away from your project for a second and you forget everything about it. Is that just me? I think that's probably just me. Okay, so yeah, we have the input for the name of the level. Or the input, the system for displaying the name of the levels and having it be reloaded when you access the next level. So that's good. And now I want a system that counts the number of moves, because trying to get it in as few moves as possible, finding the solutions that are the most efficient in terms of number of moves, is going to be what I want to do. Just a part of the game, just a bit of an important part of the game, which means that I'm going to need to store those numbers in some sort of player prefs file, so that they stay with you. So, okay, how am I going to display that, right? I probably want something simple. I probably want it to be like moves and best, right? Moves, best. Can I fit that in this space, actually? That may not be feasible. Yeah, but what about the longer names? Yeah, I think I can have it like moves here and best. Actually, I could have it just in two separate things. They're just kind of smallish fonts, so yeah. Moves, and this is going to be like level name, so we're gonna have it like that, and then we're gonna have this moves thing that is going to be like, yeah, just put it in x0 for the sake of consistency, and then we're going to put it here. And then we're gonna have this other one, copy from this one, is going to be like best. And so this one's going to go, let's just say that it goes here. And not the most elegant solution in terms of the scaling of the UI, but it works, right? So moves best. And this is going to be 2025, so this is going to be the same, so 20.25. And we're gonna tell this to be the same as well, 20.25. And we're gonna make it bigger down below and bigger down below. And so the idea is that down here is going to be a number. Let's move them up a little bit in right here. So let's see if it overlaps with the level. the level name, right? It doesn't, and I can just always be careful to not have level names that are longer than that, right? Or actually... No, actually it's never going to overlap. Unless yeah, it's never going to overlap. Okay, we're gonna have this and this. And so what we want now is to make it so that they can show the thing that they should, right? So we're going to have this schedule panel and yeah. So then we are going to... Oh, shit, I'm so cold. Right, so what do I want to do? I want to have a thing that counts the number of moves. Now, what I'm considering is, do I want the moves to be counted by the arrows or by the amount of inputs? The amount of mouse clicks that you've performed. Because the issue is that if I make it by amount of mouse clicks, I may run into the issue of accidentally encouraging you to not go very quick. But actually, I think that's probably better. Okay, so let's count by the amount of times that you've clicked with the mouse. That should be very easy. I shouldn't need to explain very well what that means. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, I just realized something. Is that I'm doing the rest of the game in Spanish. Just the other assets that I made them in Spanish. So it would be a bit weird if I didn't make these in Spanish too. And I do like doing things in my mother tongue more, because generally I'm better at speaking and at realizing that in that language. So how can I put these? So yeah, the issue is that, how do I make this? It's like moves, clicks. I could just call it clicks because the word is the same. So just clicks. And then best, just make it like record. Because like the word in Spanish would be mejor, right? But the problem is that seems a bit hard. If I just put it like that, like it doesn't really convey the meaning very well, right? So maybe record works better. Record. And then you idiot, just make yourself smaller, right? 19, 17, yeah, like that. Yeah, just the number of clicks and the record. Just make yourself 17 as well, so that you match, right? And then I have these. And then they're going to be updating, and the input panel is going to be the one that is going to be in charge of updating these guys. So yeah, and I'm going to need to store those in player prefs, aren't I? I forget how player prefs works, but it shouldn't be difficult to find out. So, clicks and record. I can have... Okay, so how do I update these? I could have the input panel be aware of these two menus, and it holds the values. But it honestly... No, I think that works actually. Yeah, let's have the input panel be aware. So, yeah, because you have the signal receiver. No, the signal receiver. You have the mouse input anyway, so like you should definitely be the one. Okay. let's do that. You are going to have the... Yeah, because each time the send commands happens, that's when you should count one. So the thing that I'm thinking is, should this thing hold the count, or should the... I think the panel itself should hold the count. That, even though that adds more scripts and shit, that seems more intuitive to me. So let's just have each of these. So just create a new script. This is going to be called script click counter. Click counter. And so this is going to be going to have a thing. It's going to have an int, because you're never going to have a decimal number of clicks. So int count starts as 0. Then it's going to have a function that is going to be public reset count. Count equals 0. And then it's going to have a... and it's going to do that on start, so... yeah, also this needs to return nothing, so void, public void. So then void on start, so when you start execution, the first thing that you're going to do is reset the count. Which, I mean, I realize that I'm initializing count to 0 and then setting it to 0, so actually this may seem a bit unnecessary, but there may be things that I want to happen every time the count is reset. So just to make super sure that this is going to work, we're going to execute it at start. Then the idea of this being public is that this can be called whenever a new level is loaded, so then the count has to be reset, and then that is also going to be when... no, that cannot be. Okay. So then we are also going to need to... is this going to have to be a public... yeah, this is going to have to be a public variable. So you are also going to be the one that is in charge of updating the text. So we are going to give this a tmpro. Yeah, this is going to need to use the tmpro library. So this one right here. And then we're going to need a reference to the object that has that text. So same as the scheduler, it's going to be like this. But instead of level name, it is click indicator or click indicator. And it's going to have a function public void count. And so whenever it counts, you're going to do count plus plus, and then you're going to set the indicator, set the text of the indicator. So click indicator point text, click indicator point text is going to be equal to, we're going to need a string, because in case I want to change what the thing says, I don't want to have to change it in multiple places at once. So header, variables, and this thing is going to be a string that is going to hold the text that tells you what it is. So string, public string, text, and that's going to be set up on the thing. So it's going to be text plus enter, you know, for the /n. So actually, just to see how that would look, would be something like clicks 0, right? It would be something like that. I don't like this. This is a bit too small. So let's make it 20 then. Yeah, I like that way more. Can I make it bold? Yes, but it bugs with things. Yeah, no, let's just give it like that. And then record is going to be size 20 as well, so that they match, but it's going to be a little bit longer here. So, you know. And then record is going to look pretty much the same thing, so it's going to be like that. And then you know which number corresponds to each one. So it's going to have a, so /n, which should be the... Actually, no, it has to be backslash. That's the actual proper escape character, isn't it? Backslash escape... new line, let's actually look it up, right? New line escape character in C#. What is it? It is... Oh, system environment point new line. Really? That's a mouthful. Oh, okay, but I mean, if you say so. It's this plus system environment point new line plus the number, the actual number that we want, which is count. And that's it. That should give us the thing, alright? Then that should display the proper number. And then I also have to call this whenever the scheduler sees a click. So... yeah, let's just make the scheduler aware of this element. So... public script click counter, and then we're going to tell it, hey, whenever I send a command, yeah, whenever, no, not an execute command, no, because this is the scheduler, yeah, I'm wrong, this is not where that goes. It goes on the mouse input receiver. So then whenever you send a bunch of commands, you're going to do click counter point count, and then we'll have to assign that click counter. So on references we do a public script click counter. It's going to be the click counter like that, and then all I need to do is assign all those variables in those things. Oh, it's taking a while for some reason. Oh, it's because I'm using TextMesh Pro. If I had to guess, yeah, probably. Okay, so now I go to the input panel and I tell it, hey, you have a click counter and it is this thing. First of all, I have to make sure that this thing has the click counter component. So script click counter. So then the click indicator is exactly your own TextMesh Pro. The count is 0 for now. The text is clicks. And so, now I can go to the input panel and tell it, hey, the click counter is this guy, just so you're aware. It's properly updating the number. Now I'm wondering if having the font size so small is going to let me see the pixels. Yes, you can kind of see them, but it's not ideal. I would wish that the pixels were way bigger. But honestly, I think that I'm going to live with this. I already fucked around with the fonts way too much. If I can fix it later, then I will, but I don't think I'm going to try so hard. Okay, so we have that, and now we want to get the record thing to be working. The issue with that is that I'm going to need to do player prefs so that the game remembers what your records were on each of the levels. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that. how did you do player prefs in Unity then? Player prefs. You need to know the syntax and everything. Player prefs is a class that stores player preferences between game sessions. It can store string, float, and integer values into the user's platform registry. Unity stores player prefs in a local registry without encryption. Do not use player prefs data to store sensitive data. Unity stores player prefs data differently based on which operating system the application runs on. In the file paths given on this page, the example company name and example product name are names you set in Unity's player settings. And yeah, unless Unity uses shared preference API, don't set player pref data. Okay, whatever. How do I do it? Static methods: delete all, delete key, get float, get int, get string, haskey. Get float, get int, save. Save? What do you mean that it usually does it? Oh. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So I can set float, set int, and set string. I'm gonna be setting a bunch of bins. Okay, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. Okay, so we're gonna need a new script that is going to be exclusively for the record tracker. So for this guy, right? So we're gonna need that script. Create a new script. Script record tracker. Right, and so I am wondering what the best way to handle this would be. I think I know how to do it. Yep. Okay. So, how do I access player prefs then? I want to set int and get int. I'm gonna need to have those two pages open because I'm gonna be using those a bunch. Okay, so first we are going to need the current level that we're dealing with. We're going to use those level names as the keys for each of the records. So, first we're going to need those names. Actually, you know, yeah, the key names are strings. Okay, good. So, what I want is then I need access to those level names, which means access to the level generator, which is good because the level generator is a singleton instance that is publicly accessible. So then, when you... Yeah, we're going to need to do a couple of things. First of all, this guy is going to need to be aware whenever a new level is loaded. So yeah, public void new level. And it's going to receive that string level name. Actually, no. It's going to only be aware when a new level is loaded. And then it is going to fetch from the player prefs the int that is the record, the previous record for that level. If the key doesn't exist, what does it do? Get int. Get int. Get int. If it doesn't exist, it will return default value. Okay, so we can work on that. So first of all, player prefs and get an int value. Get an int value, and the int value is going to be the name of the level. So the names of the levels are going to double as IDs for the previously established records. So record tracker, pet counter, so that is on level generator. So level generator for point instance. So yeah. Level generator, script level generator, script level generator point instance, and then we're going to look for the variable level name. That is our key. That is the ID of the number that we want to extract. If you don't have a set value, then we're going to give you a set value. Is there a math infinite C# infinite int? Does that exist? Okay, so max value. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so we can do int max value. Yeah, we can do it into max value. So then, int point max value, and that's going to give you the maximum possible integer if as a default value. So if you don't find one, then just set the biggest possible integer value. Now, it is very unlikely that anybody's going to reach that, so, you know, because I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the billions, so it's definitely possible, but honestly, at that point, like, I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep if the game had a little bug that happens when you click on the same screen for literal 300 years, right? So then, if the number that you got is that max value, actually, yeah, get that in. Yeah, if the number that you got is that max value, that means that there wasn't the number stored in that int, so we can just be, so we can just get that. Yeah, we're going to need to be aware of that text object. So using tmpro, and then we're going to need to get that thing and put it here. So public record indicator. So if the value equals that max value, then I want you to set that record indicator to set its text to yeah, and we're going to need a variable. Let's write our header so that this is more neatly ordered. Header, references, then another header, for variables, and this is a variable. And we are going to have public string text. So that's just going to be the default, the text for the record thing. The thing that says record, right, and then the number. So then you're going to set the text to that text plus the new line character plus the number that you just got out of the player prefs. So we're going to get that number. Int level record equals that number, and then we're going to compare that level record, and if it is the max value, then we know that it hasn't been set. So actually, we don't need the level record. What we need is to indicate that there's been no record set, so it's just going to say question mark, right? Otherwise, you're going to set the text and you're going to do it properly. So you're going to actually set the number. This is so that that max integer value counts as an identifier for there hasn't been a record set yet. So then here you add that level record. So that is... Yeah, man! I'm fucking VTuber! I turned myself into a VTuber, Morty! Fucking, it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, just was playing around with the program. It turns out that it's easier to use than I thought it would be, so I just made this thing. It's great. It's great because I don't want to put myself on camera, so you know, this is a good alternative. What is it? Yeah, okay, so we've just written the function that gets the record of the level. We now need to write the logic that sets a new one if it has been established. So we need to first check that there is a new record. So we're going to need to get the number. So yeah, public void set record, and this one is going to need to return a bool actually, and this bool is going to be whether or not the record has been set, and that way if there is a record set I can send a message to the level complete canvas so that I can display a little graphic when you set a new record and just congratulating you for it, right? So set record is going to be yeah. Let's write that down actually so I don't forget that it's there. So set record returns returns whether a new record has been set. And so this set record is going to receive a number. So int attempt, and that is going to be the number of moves that you finish the level in. So then we need to get that number. So int old record is going to be equal to that same thing. So we're going to get the level name from the level generator, and then we're going to use it as a key to get the current record for this level. And then we're going to check whether it's higher or lower than the attempt. So if the attempt is lower than old record, lower because this is like golf, solving the level in less moves is obviously better. If the attempt is lower than the old record, then you're going to return true, but before you do that, you're going to also okay, first of all, return false if that is not the case, right? Obviously. But before you do that, you're going to also need to update the record in the records. So I'm going to do player prefs set int, and you're going to write down the new record. So set int, and you're going to do get the same level name, and you're going to set the new attempt. Brilliant. Okay, so now the thing is that we need to make it so that whenever a level is loaded, this function is ran, which I'm realizing might be a bit difficult because the levels are not... No, actually it's fine. Yeah, I can just use the end of level sequence. Okay, so that's easy then. Oh, wait, I can't just use the new level sequence. Because the new level sequence only happens when the level is completed, not the first time a level is loaded. So I need to find a way for it to happen then too. I cannot have it be on awake, because by the time you awake, the level generator might not have awoken yet, and so I need to account for that. I can't make the level generator be aware of the record tracker unless the record tracker, yeah, no, that works. The record tracker can be a singleton instance, so then I can just do this. Make you an instance, that way everybody can find you and I don't have to do explicit references. Nope, wrong thing, this. Then once that is the case, make it so that the level generator, whenever a level is generated, so whenever this happens, you also tell the record tracker, hey, a new level has been generated, deal with that. So screen record tracker. Oh, wait, this is an issue actually. Because nothing is assuring me. Yeah. Because if the level generator generates before the record tracker happens, then oh, I can do it here. That works. Okay, so then you're going to need to know whether the name has been updated, and you're also going to need to know whether the record has been fetched. And then I can just do it here. If the record hasn't been fetched, then check if the record tracker instance exists yet so that we can fetch it, and if not, just go next, right? But if yes, you take the record tracker instance and you do the new level thing. And that actually frees me from having to check this from here every time, because I can just pass the level name as a variable, and that's a bit cleaner in terms of the code. So string level name, and then make sure that that is passed from here. So I give you the level name, and then also set the record as fetched, and that way we don't need to coordinate a bunch of just weird stuff. So that, yeah, that should make it work, right? Unity trying to compile that might have messed up my video encoding a little bit, because OBS just kind of didn't like that. It threw out a warning. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to check the VOD later and see if that actually messed something up. Okay, let's see. Callback on registration failed. Callback not registered. Oh, fucking hell, it's text mesh, bro. Bro, what do you mean? What does this even mean? Okay, I'm going to assume that this is one of those errors that Unity throws out when it just bugs out for a little bit, and that doesn't actually matter. But, I mean, it makes me a bit uneasy. Oh, I forgot to turn down the layer. Jesus, the layer music. There you go. Okay, so record says 0, and that shouldn't be the case. It should say 999. It should have a bunch of question marks. So let's see what happened here. It was called int max value, right? That's what it was called? Int max value, yeah, that's the way it was called. Okay, so then why didn't you get that? Tell me what the level record was. Debug point level record. No, debug point log, and the variable name is level record. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Okay. I'm not dying, I swear. Oh, actually, no, never mind. That's stupid. I made that whole script and didn't assign it to anything. That's why it was erroring. Give me... Yeah, I need to assign that actual thing. So go to best and give it that script that I made. So script should be record tracker, and then give the record indicator as this, and the text should be record, and there we go. Now we should actually update the way that I want it to be. Yeah, okay, excellent. And now the test of whether it works is going to be when I load the next level, then I quit out of play mode, and then I go back into play mode. Is it going to save the record that I have previously established? So... yeah, so 8 clicks is the record. Load the next level. Obviously this clicks is just wrong because I haven't done that function yet, but you know. Then do this. And then come back. Right, of course, because I forgot to hook this stuff up, which is also why the other thing wasn't working. Yeah, I need to hook this, which by the way should be uppercase. I need to hook this function and this function with the level creator manager. So we're going to be doing that. Yeah. The timeline, the sequence. That should be easy enough to do. Actually, does the schedule panel have a reset? If it has a signal receiver, then yeah, it's a signal receiver, but this is only for stopping. So then we're going to need to add a reaction. This is going to be for trigger, and that is going to trigger the next level to be happened. So then this is going to be 2 things that I want to happen. First of all, I want to go to the moves and I want to tell it, hey, click counter script, reset the count, and then also record counter script, which is this. Be aware that we've loaded a new level. Oh no, wait. No, that is just going to happen on its own, isn't it? Yeah, that is going to happen on its own. What I need to set to happen is to set the record. So set it. So, oh, hold on. This is... set the record definitely has to happen after the click count resets, because if the click count resets, then the record is just going to be set at 0, right? Isn't it? Actually, wouldn't it be cleaner if forget this, just none, delete. Wouldn't it be cleaner if that was... yeah, it is giving me that number. That's the maximum integer. So yeah, so let's take away that debug line that I don't need anymore. This one. And let's take the level generator. Now the level generator should, on top of fetching the record, should also reset yeah, whenever the record tracker sees that a new level has been loaded, it should reload the click counter. So then this is a matter of hierarchy, right? Which should it happen here, or should it happen for level generator? Okay, so if the level generator... just stretching. Okay, so if the it's probably convenient if the click counter is subordinate to the record tracker. Um, yeah, because then I get to use that variable. But actually, no, I don't like that. Do I actually like that? I'm not sure. Oh my god, I don't know if that's what I want. Let's see. Yeah, because the level generator has to update the record tracker at the. And it's just an issue of timings at this point. The timeline thing knows to keep the record tracker, so the record tracker is going to be lost, right? Oh shit, I forgot I have some other stuff to do before class tomorrow. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. I have to write a script. No, not like a programming script, like a script for one of my classes. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, let's not think about that right now. What I want to have. The issue is that the click counter has to be reset, and I have to make sure that it is reset after the record tracker deals with it. So the easiest way to do that is that whenever a record is set, whenever a record is set, the level generator should handle all of those things. So then this is going to be, because the record tracker is already a singleton instance, now I have to make this a singleton instance too. There's too many singleton instances. It's definitely an easier way to do this. Yeah, so here. But except, hold on. Does this need to be a singleton instance? Because the scheduler already is a singleton instance. And this one contains... No, it doesn't. Never mind. Yeah. So I am going to need to make the click counter a singleton instance as well. Which is not a very elegant solution. There's probably an easier way to do this. Or a better way, rather. But this is the easy way, right? So... right, so okay, so now I have it as a singleton instance. So now the level generator can deal with all of those timings. Because whenever a new level is loaded, yeah, because whenever a new because whenever a new level is loaded, it has to this is a bit tricky. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how to organize all of these scripts one after the other. This is not amazing. I realize I'm fading. I'm not coding my best today. I might be a bit tired. Maybe I need some coffee. Maybe that would help. See, I have this click indicator. I want to yeah, it's when the level ends. What needs to happen? The first thing that needs to happen is that this sequence that I have right here, or the first thing that happens, right, just because of the way that I made it, the first thing that happens is that this sequence, yeah, just compile. Oh, Unity. Compile. Please compile. Please compile. Please finish compiling. Please finish compiling. Please. Alright, there you go. The first thing that should happen is that this sequence is triggered, right? This one. So what this would do is, first off, activate this victory panel. So that one with the access, and it's going to send a signal to the input panel that tells it to it tells it to stop the receiving inputs, and then also it tells the schedule panel to cancel every command. And then you send these two signals that are for telling the signal panel to reactivate its input, and then telling the sequence reference folder reference folder. Yeah, it's going to trigger a new load of the level. So then, if it's going to trigger a new load of the level, then you should do it. Hello, sorry for bothering you. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Just honestly. Warn? No, this motherfucker's getting banned. Okay, so what was I saying? Of the level. Yeah. So if this reference holder does that, then it should also do the other stuff, right? So no, because if it loads, it has to happen before it loads the level. But when it loads the level, it should do the click counter, reset the click counter, shouldn't it? So then, yeah, script load the level, but before you load the level, reset the click counter. So script click counter point reset, right? Reset count. Reset count. And then the reset count function should also reset the visual indicator. So reset count. Yep, so reset the count to 0, and then reset the indicator so that it matches, and then right. But the writing of the record should it should write to the record then. Right. So it should try to set the record before. Yeah, let's write a function here that does that. So public void set check record, and this is going to just do the whole thing. So it's going to take the click counter number, and it's going to pass it to the record tracker, and ask if that created a new record. So take the script record tracker, script record tracker instance. Also, this is also an instance, so you know. Oh, did I write all the variable names with the right thing? Yes, I did. Okay, so click counter instance. Take the instance of the record tracker, and I want to ask it, hey, set a new record for us, please. Reset count, reset count, set count, reset count. Set a new record for us. Where is that? Here. Set a new record for us. The number that you're attempting to set is the one that we find in the click counter instance. So this, but the number is stored as count. So it's going to check with that number. It's going to check that it is a new record, and if it is going to do something. It is going to save it as a new record. If it isn't, then it's going to just do nothing, right? So we're going to need to check that, but for now, let's just check that the whole thing is working by logging the result of that. So it's going to tell us true when it is a record and false when it isn't. So yeah. And yeah, I missed a semicolon somewhere. So now what we should see is that when I clear that little test level, it is going to say, it's going to print in the console the word true. And then the second time I do it, it should say false. Except that I didn't actually tell it to do any of that, did I? So yeah, I have this function that is check record, and that must happen during the next level sequence, but before it's over. So let's say around here, and we're going to create a new signal. No, actually the same track works because it's a thing that already receives a signal. And it's the sequences. So right here, we're going to add a new signal emitter, and it's going to be here. And this one is going to emit the signal. It just let's just call it the check. So timeline check, right? That is the name of the signal. And so when you check, what I want you to do is to... Is it so fucking cold? Do I have a window open? No, I don't. That's weird. Okay, so when you check, I want you to take the reference holder and do a function that I didn't set as public because I didn't realize. I did. So it's called check record then. Check, there it is, check record. No, it shouldn't be called that, it should be called check record uppercase. Also, while we're at it, trigger load, uppercase, they have to be uppercase. Why am I messing that up so much lately? I don't usually do. Okay, Unity. I'm good. So they are error code. Yes, I know. Trigger load and check record. Build as I want. Yeah, whatever. Okay, hold on. The cat wants to get out of the room, so let me just let him out. Okay, I'm back. So, what is it I need right now? I need this trigger load function to be not this trigger load function. I need this. Yeah, I need this check record function to be triggered from the timeline, which is this trigger. Is this check? So then here, the oh jeez, this trigger checks. Yeah. So then it's going to do that. And then what I should be saying is that when I finish the level, it should print the word true or false, depending on whether the number that we set there on the counter is a new record or not, which the first time it should always be. True. Okay. So now let's try to go for, let's check if it saved the record. It should show the number right there. Okay, so it saved the record. And now let's check if it saves, if it does the proper reaction. So it should say true. Okay. And now this next time, it should just say false. False. Okay. So the record. So okay. So we're doing the thing right? So now, what would need to happen now is we would need to have it so that if this returns true, so when true is printed here, it should enable within the victory panel a little sub canvas, right? What is this? What is here? Oh jeez. Oh no, I may be getting sick. No, this is too critical of a time for me to be getting sick. Please, God, tell me that's not the case. On the other hand, that would explain why I've been feeling so tired. Okay, so I have that, and now what I want after that is to what I want after that is to wait, the due date is not actually Friday. The due date is the Friday after that. Oh god, I've been nervous as fuck about that, and then I had an extra week. I wrote in the stream title and everything. Oh, I'm so silly. I just completely forgot. I thought I only had 1 week to finish this shit. I was getting worried. Okay, well that's not a reason to slack off though. So I have that, and then what I would need is to properly make it so that the victory panel has a sub panel that opens up whenever that is the case. And then have an animation that resets whenever it is enabled. Which, I mean, all of that would be super easy to do, right? Like, so easy that I'm not going to bother right now. Particularly because I don't have the assets for that. So, that is pretty much done then. That means that is pretty much done. I have these things and they are functional and they are storing the data that they are supposed to be storing. And it doesn't matter because it's made to work with a level name that is set from here, from the levels themselves, which means that I don't have to hook it up for each individual level. It can just be, you know, like a thing. So come to think of it, that kind of does mean that I can build a menu, a level select menu of that data that is stored from the prefabs themselves. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, that'll be interesting. Okay, so then, what else would need to be done? What is another thing that I'm missing? Oh no, why is that? Why did that not work? that possible? Hold on, why is the level generator in charge of loading those prefabs? Why did I do it that way? No, because there are multiple things that need that to happen. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All I need to do then is just save. Yeah, that's fine. That's way less of an issue than I thought it would be. Want to apply, but do I have to apply everything? No, just apply this. Right, because those two, it's important that those two are different. So then let's try it now. False, yeah, because there's not a new record, and then is this a different prefab? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, well, I mean, oh, it's not even a prefab variant. That's an issue. Yeah, I just set the puff prefab as the one that it should be. Shit! Ah, fuck me. Should I do this? And actually set the next level as the level 1, just so that we can check that that is working too, right? That is not going to be something that breaks as soon as I... Oh, fuck. Okay, I may end the stream right now, since I'm not feeling amazing. And then... yeah, that works. Oh, that does break when I do that. Alright, that's another thing that I wanted to fix. Okay, that should be a really easy fix, and it shouldn't affect anything. Anyway, like it's a fix that is only necessary due to the way that debug functions work, but fixing it just makes the game more stable in general, so there's no reason not to do it. The issue is that the player controller saves the position that it actually exists in, that the player actually is in within the grid, temporarily whenever you knock against the wall. This is so that it can send a temporary small displacement to the world positioner script that makes it so that the world positioner does that bump effect that makes the player just kind of lean forward a bit, right? So the issue is that since every time the player tries to bump into a wall, it saves the current position as the real position, and that means that if I send the player into a wall while it has, or before the player has a chance to return, then that correct position gets overwritten by the current position, which is a wrong position. That is really easy to do because all I need to do is just go to the scripts, go to the player movement script, and I can just be like, okay, so yeah, try movement. When you move against the wall, do that thing, but only if the bump position is null. So if bump position equals null, then do all of that stuff, right? Otherwise, do nothing. And then I can set it so that every time you return to your normal position, the bump position is equal to null. So if the bump timer does 0, then set the desired position to the actual position, and then bump position equals null. And it should literally be that. That should fix it. Again, that should never happen during normal play. What do you mean bump doesn't exist? I know it exists. It's right here. Oh yeah, because it's not. Yeah. if bump timer is above or equal to 0. It wasn't the null check, I just got it wrong. Yeah, and then you don't need to do this because the bump timer being smaller than 0 is literally just already true here. So, yeah. That should make so that when I try to bump into a wall twice in very quick succession, the player won't be permanently displaced by a weird amount of time. So, yeah, except it's not doing the effect at all. Why is that? If the bump timer is smaller than 0f, yeah, if the bump timer is larger or equal to 0. No, if it isn't larger or equal to 0, so if it's smaller than 0. Smaller or equal, actually. Yeah, press play now. Yep, it literally cannot be displaced now permanently. That just doesn't happen. It does kind of freak out when I try to move mid to an actual empty space. But that's an issue that is not going to actually happen during gameplay, so. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna say that that's me done for today. Like I said, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'm starting to sneeze a lot, and I think that I may be catching an illness. So I'm gonna try to take it easy. Although there's other schoolwork that I kind of need to do, so you know. Yeah, actually, it's not that urgent of schoolwork, but it needs to happen. So you know, that's gonna be me for today. Thanks for watching. I always feel weird saying that because it's such a I guess if it feels weird, I just shouldn't say, yeah, I'm leaving, I'm off. Bye bye.